Okay, hello there again. Now we are doing part 2. So you should have watched part 1, questions 1 to 9. Here are the rest of the questions for your study guide. Okay, this is question 10. You're finding the volume of the sphere given the radius is 3 centimeters. A volume of a sphere, which is given to you, is 4/3 pi r cubed. So we're just going to plug in our numbers. 4/3 times 3.14 times your radius, which is 3 cubed. Okay, 3 times 3 times 3, 3 cubed. Put that all in your calculator, and you should get about h, so about 113.1 centimeters cubed. Here's number 11. Find the volume of the cone. You are given the volume formula is 1/3 pi r squared h. Okay, so 1/3, now just plug in your numbers. 1/3 pi is 3.14, your radius is 12, and it's 12 squared, so it's 12 times 12, times your height, which is 20. And then just multiply all those, and you should get about d, so 251.3. Here's number 12. Find the volume of the rectangular prism, given the length is 6 centimeters, the width is 4 3/4 centimeters, and the height is 11 centimeters. Okay, you know volume is big B times height. Big B is the area of your base. So since our base here, since it's a rectangular prism, our base is a rectangle, we would do length times width. So our volume is length times width times height. Okay, so our length is 6 times our width, I'm going to say 4.75 instead of 4 3/4, just so it's easier for you to put in your calculator. So 6 times 4.75 times 11, and your volume ends up being 313.5. All right, number 13. A small refrigerator has a volume of 104 cubic feet. The base of the refrigerator is a square with side lengths of 4 feet. What is the height of the refrigerator? Okay, start with our volume formula. Big B times height. Big B is the area of your base. We're told that the base is a square with a side length of 4, right? So our area, our dimensions, I should say, for the base is 4 times 4. So 4 by 4 is 16, right? So it would be 16h is equal to 104. Again, the area of our base, which is a square, with the lengths of 4 on each side, the area of the base would be 16, okay? So it would be 16h is equal to 104. How do you get h by itself? Divide both sides by 16, and you should get 6.5 to be your answer. Number 14, find the surface area of each figure, round to the nearest tenth if necessary. All right, let me see one thing really quickly. Okay, sorry, I just wanted to add if you notice, I added these strips here. It's just to make it a little bit less confusing. Okay, so find the surface area of each figure. So here we're finding the surface area of the cylinder and rounding to the nearest tenth if necessary. Okay, so surface area means that you take all the areas of each face and add them up. The area of the cylinder, okay, is the surface area of the cylinder would be the two circles plus a rectangle. Okay, so there are two circles and a rectangle that make up the cylinder, right? The rectangle, if you remember, is rounded in between the two circles. Okay, so first let's find the area of your circles. Area equals pi r squared. So just plug in our numbers. Pi is 3.14. Your radius is 6. So it's squared also. So it's 3.14 times 6 to get 113.04. That's just the area of the top circle. But we have two circles, so we would need to multiply that by 2 to get 226.08. Then we're going to do our rectangle. Remember, here there's a rectangle, right, that's rounded, that goes between the two circles. The length of the rectangle is actually the circumference, okay? So all around the cylinder, right, that represents the circumference of the circle. So the length of the rectangle is circumference. Circumference formula is 2 pi r. So you would do 2 times 3.14 times your radius times 6, which gets you 37.68. The width of your rectangle is just the height of the cylinder, so it's already given to you, that's 6. So then you would just multiply your length, right here, 37.68, times your width, which is 6, to get 226.08. From there, you would add up the area of the circles plus the area of the rectangle to get your total to be 452.16. So that is close to letter H, okay? If you remember my disclaimer, we used 3.14 here. The answer choices used pi. All right, moving on. Number 15. Find the surface area of the rectangular prism. Okay, let's start with the top and bottom. The top face and the bottom face are congruent. The dimensions are 5 by 7. So we would multiply 5 times 7 to get 35. 5 times 7 to get 35, right? This represents the top. This represents the bottom. Your total is 70. Now let's do the front and back. Front, right here, and then the back. Okay? So the front dimensions are 7 by this line right here is the same as this line, so that would be 4. So 7 times 4 for the front, 7 times 4 for the back. 28 plus 28 gets you 56. Now let's look at the right and the left, or left and the right. Okay, so here we have 5 and 4. So your dimensions for the right and left sides are 5 by 4. So 5 times 4 is 20. 5 times 4 is 20. Your total gets you 40. Now add up your three totals, 70 plus 56 plus 40, to get 166 centimeters squared. Okay, number 16, find the surface area of the square pyramid. Your base edge is 6 centimeters and your slant height is 10 centimeters. Okay, this is a square and your edge is 6, so let's find the area of your base. The area of the square, in this case, is 6 by 6, so 6 times 6 gets you 36. Your lateral faces, if you remember, lateral faces are triangles that come up to the point on the pyramid. Okay, so since it's a triangle, the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2 times the base of your triangle, which is 6, times your height, which is 10, gets you 30. Now, there are 4 triangles, though, so you would multiply 30 times 4 to get 120. So then you would add up the 36, right, the base, plus 120 to get your total to be 156. So it would be F. Okay, number 17, find the volume of a cone. Okay, you're given the volume formula. All you have to do is plug in pi. So all you have to do is plug in pi, the radius, and the height. Okay, so volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared times height. 1/3, plug it in. Pi, 3.14, plug it in. Your radius, well, you don't know your radius, but you know your diameter is 6. So if you know the diameter is 6, all you have to do for the radius is just divide it by 2 to get 3. Okay, so it would be 1/3 times 3.14 times 3 squared times your height, which is 8. Okay, and then once you get all that, just plug it into your calculator and you get 75.4, which is D. Last but not least, the final question. Water is stored in a cylindrical tank with a diameter of 34 feet. The surface area of the tank is 4,165.8 square feet. What is the height of the tank? Okay, so really quickly, let's start off with what the surface area of a cylinder is, okay? Actually, I'm going to run out of time for this video, so stick around and wait for part 3, okay? So if you're looking for question 18, I'm going to make a part 3 right now. Thank you for watching questions 9 to 17.